Hi everyone, welcome to practice. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Anna. This is AWH Yoga. So as you can see, we're still in the same space working out the angles. So again, I appreciate your patience as I figure out what makes the most sense in this new place. But I think that's actually kind of a really good message for our yoga journey as well, is trying to figure out what makes the most sense for us in a space, whether that space is an environment, a relationship, a problem or challenge or something we have to kind of work through. We just have to figure out what makes the most sense for us in that space at that time. So let's get started in our flow tonight. Tonight's practice is going to be focused on opening and closing. So you can sort of take that wherever you need to from a message standpoint, but we're going to focus on opening the chest, opening up the hips, and then working to some binds as well. Very excited to lead you through this. If you have any props, now's a great time to get them. So blocks or anything sort of this shape will be fantastic. If you have a strap or a belt or also a towel and a pillow, that might be helpful as well. So when you are ready, remember to honor your body and honor yourself in this open-close practice, and let's get started. We're going to start on our backs today. If you have props and you're comfortable with this in your practice, you can actually use props to elevate and open the chest by placing the blocks sort of at different levels to open up the chest. So one block long ways between the shoulder blades, kind of higher than you think. And maybe your other block can be under sort of your occipital area right there. You can relax down. Maybe you also have one leg or both legs open into Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe you don't have your chest open and supported and you're just letting the earth support you and letting your hips roll open. But wherever you are, just start to turn down the volume on everything that happened today. So you turn down your good experiences, maybe your frustrating experiences, worry about things yet to be done, and just come into quiet. As you allow this stillness of the body to lead the mind into stillness, start to focus on your breath. Start to really take note of how your inhales and exhales are working for you. Is your breath smooth? Is it easy? Is it maybe jagged or resistant? Don't have to worry about changing anything. All we're doing is activating our ability to observe. When we set goals for ourselves, things we want to accomplish, it's impossible to ever reach them if we don't know where we are, if we cannot observe where we begin. Let's take a deep breath together, inhaling through the nose. Exhale, soft sigh out of the mouth. Let's do that again. Your exhale is kind of like you're fogging up a mirror. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, soft sigh. Beautiful. So if you have your legs in Baddha Konasana, so with your knees out, gently bring them closed so that they're down next to each other, side by side. If you have any props supporting you from opening the chest, remove those blocks now. And when you're ready, joining me flat on the back, taking a moment just to notice now if different parts of the body are touching the ground, how that feels. Make that observation. And take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale, soft sigh. Beautiful. And gently bring your left leg into the chest. You might have to sort of shimmy a little bit as we're beginning to introduce some movement into the body. I just want you to bring that right knee in. Keep that right foot having some energy, and the energy through that right leg. Maybe you place your right hand on your right hip so you can kind of keep that aligned. Take your left hand, holding your left knee close to the body, and then gently open, using your sort of internal lever here to gently open your left leg. So we're opening this hip. Only go so far, it's very early in the practice, just go so far as to say, oh, I noticed that. Maybe it's the point where your right hip tries to get in the game and come off the ground. That might be your edge. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, slowly bring it back in, curling that knee into the chest for one loving moment. And then exhaling your left leg back down, moving to the other side. Bringing that right knee into the chest, squeezing it in. Now taking a moment to notice that left leg. So notice and extending the energy through, shooting those toes to the sky. Maybe placing your left hand on your left hip. And then slowly using your right hand, open up your right leg. Just so far as to say, oh, I noticed that. I noticed that sensation in my inner thigh. Maybe my hip flexor, maybe my left hip says, let's turn over. That is your edge right now. One more breath. And then gently bring that right knee back, squeezing it in for just a moment, and then exhaling it back down next to the left leg. Beautiful. Now what I want you to do is bring both knees into the chest, and we're going to do a little rock and roll. So we're just going to get the spine moving a little bit. In fact, if you want to take your neck left and right here before we get going, again, getting some massage in the back of the skull, and then coming to stillness before you move. Cross your right leg over your left. Place your hands behind the backs of your legs, so maybe closer to your knees or on your thighs. We're going to rock and roll. So get a little bit of momentum going. I can tell that I haven't done this all day because my back is like a square. It's like the shape of my chair. Maybe yours is too. Let's do a couple of these. Maybe you get 6 or 7 or 10 in here. Really get the whole length of the spine. And then when you're ready, coming up, maybe let your feet touch for just a moment. Observe that. Deep breath in. Exhale out. And carefully move into a seated posture. So we're in our Sukhasana, our easy sit. This is another great place for blocks. So you can place your blocks underneath your knees, taking a little bit of strain out of the hips and lower back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Beautiful. So we're going to first start with some twists to the side or some stretches to the side. So placing your right palm on the ground, stretching your left arm over, keeping your sits bones grounded, and then reaching over to the right side, getting that stretch in the left side body, and then maybe, as you're ready, leaning forward, so extending that stretch, and then kind of crawling over, keeping your sits bones grounded to the other side, left palm on the ground, and then right arm goes up, kind of reversing that. Deep breath in. And then on your exhale, one more time. So when we're stretching over, this time the right hand is leading, creeping forward, sits bones grounded, coming back up, right palm on the side, left arm up, and then back down. Deep breath in, moment to observe. Let's do that one more time. So right palm next to you, left arm up, inhale, stretching over to the right, bending that right elbow, sits bones stay grounded. Exhale, reaching forward. Now you know where you're going. Can you get a little more length here in that spine? Creeping over, left palm goes flat, right arm sweeps up. Inhale, and then back through that movement. So right hand's leading. You've done this before, so now we have more confidence in where we're going. Feel that stretch in the lower back. Right hand finds its place, left arm lifts up. And then on your exhale, bringing both hands down to the knees. Maybe you did that with your eyes closed like I did. Maybe you did that with your eyes open. Really nice. So we're going to move into some twists. So on your inhale, I want you to take your left arm up and bring that to your right knee, and then take your right palm and go diagonally behind you. Be gentle here. Maybe you aim to get your right shoulder to have your gaze above it, or maybe you don't. Maybe your neck is sort of diagonally to the front, or maybe it's here. Maybe you're still looking forward, just getting that twist above the belly button, but wherever you are, notice. Notice what the breath is trying to do here. Is it trying to sort of work through in a squiggly pattern? Can you maybe give it a name, a description? I think that's a verb. Gonna have to, an adjective. Good to check that out. One more breath. Exhale out. And slowly coming back to center. Nice. Move to the other side. So our right arm comes up. And we place that on our left knee, using that as a little bit of a lever to twist to the left, placing your left palm behind you, keeping your sits bones grounded and facing forward. This twist comes from really the upper torso, so you're not moving your whole body over, twisting, lifting up, and then twisting over. Again, finding the happy place with the neck. Having a conversation with your breath. Trying to smooth it out. One more breath here. And then on your exhale, returning to center. Nice. So we're going to continue to warm up the spine. So extend your wings out nice and long. And already for me, this is not what I did all day, because this is what I did all day. So we're opening up the chest already. That might be pretty intense for some of us. Locate those sits bones and then self-hug. So wrapping your right arm over left and then giving yourself a little massage. Little massage here. This feels nice. I could probably do this for a whole hour. Take another breath. And then on your exhale, wings go back out, stretching the chest. Nice. And then on your exhale, left arm goes over. Take a few breaths and a few squeezes in your self-hug here. This is telling the body that it's safe. As part of somatic experiencing, this is really important for us to touch our own bodies and give our own bodies comforting, loving touch. One more breath. On your exhale, open up your wings. Really nice. You can place your palms down, or you can kind of keep your arms out. We're going to move into a cat-cow, where we typically do that on tabletop in my classes. We're going to do that seated. So on your inhale, you're going to actually open up the chest. And so basically think of your cat-cow. When you do your cow pose, you drop your belly, chest and chin toward the sky. So we're opening that up. And then your exhale, reversing that. So you can use your hands to sort of imagine that you're sort of grabbing a beach ball, kind of like we just did with our self-hugs. And then open, inhale, and then on your exhale, you're sort of seated cat-cow. If you have your palms down, keep going on your own breath. If you have your palms down, you can also just do that more subtly. So inhale, and then rounding exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Really get some dynamic movement going. I can see for me, my hips are, though my sit bones are staying grounded, my hips are really getting involved. My shoulders are getting involved. That's okay. We want to warm up the whole spine, and that's the length of the spine. You know, it's not just here to here. A couple more breaths here on your cycle. And in fact, if you're feeling compelled, you might even do a little bit of circular movement, kind of using those sits bones as your grounding place. Whatever you do, just make sure you do it evenly on both sides. Honor the symmetry, just as we will honor the asymmetrical parts of us when we don't make either side perfectly match, because they never will. And that's okay. And one more breath to bring yourself back to stillness. Refresh your posture, soften the shoulders, nice open chest, chin parallel to the floor. Deep breath in. And exhale out. So one more in this seated posture. So I want you to take your wings out. See if that feels a little different now that we've kind of opened up the chest a little bit and we're not shaped like a hunched over a computer shape anymore. And then I want you to bring your right arm over your left, and then you're going to try to work into Gomukhasana arms. Now it's super early for the shoulders, but we've warmed up a little bit. So maybe you've got outsides of your palms touching. Maybe your arms are twisted fully. Maybe you're working again toward here where you're doing your self-hug. Wherever you are, that's okay. Do something that gives you no strain or pain. So keeping your eyes sort of level, chin is parallel to the floor, kind of looking through your hands. And then on your inhale, I want you to tilt forward. So we're kind of rounding here. I'll move to the side so you can see. Actually, let's do that on an exhale. So inhale, and then exhale, folding forward. Nice and slow. Inhale, arms up, torso up. Nice. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale. This feels like the right time for me to activate my Ujjayi pranayama. So inhaling and exhaling through the nose with a slight constriction in the back of the throat, starting to keep the heat in the body as we warm up. Let's do one more like this. Nice, and then spread your wings, and then other side. So left arm over right, same thing. And remember, body is different. So here it might be more comfortable for you to simply have the outsides of your hands touching. So exhaling, folding forward. Inhale up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale up. And let's do 3 more like this. As we move through this, finding that smooth breath even though the body's constricted. So we're binding our arms, folding forward, really creating some challenging opportunities for the breath, but we know we can still smooth it out. Teaching us that we can find that grace and resiliency even when things are difficult for us off our mat. Inhale, extend your arms out, wings go wide. Exhale, hands down onto your knees. Beautiful. So we're going to move into our down dog. So you can move through tabletop position if that's comfortable. So from your Sukhasana, leaning forward, pressure into the hands, uncrossing your legs behind you, maybe a little tap because we were seated for a little while, and then moving into your downward dog. So curling your toes under, shifting your hips high to the sky, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Find this to be your wiggly one. So this is the one where you can take an opportunity to pedal your feet, find the right hand placement, pop those ankles. I used to really have a lot to say about how wearing shoes affected my feet. Now I feel like I don't wear shoes for 90% of my life, and it's so great. Maybe you wiggle sort of side to side, kind of shake your tail feathers a little bit. If there was anything in tabletop that you typically love to do that you didn't get to do, you can kind of move a little bit forward. Take this opportunity to really just get all the kinks out. Don't forget to use your breath. And then when you're ready to come into stillness, let's do so together and take a cleansing breath here. So we're going to inhale through the nose and then exhale, sigh it out. Beautiful. So gently lift your right leg up. You might move your feet closer together before. So lifting your right leg to hip height, bend your knee and then open up your hip. Give yourself compassion here. This is really early. And maybe do a couple hip circles just to gently get that fluid moving. Start to I always kind of think of the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz when I do this. I'm like, man, someone really needs to oil my hips. One more like this. And then gently turn your hip back to neutral. Re-extend your leg in three-legged dog, and then mindfully bring it down, carefully energizing the core as you do so. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, soft sigh. Beautiful. Lift the left leg up, hip height. Bend the knee. You can point your toes at this point, and then gently open the hip. Keeping both your shoulders facing forward, so you don't want to peel the body open. That's why I want you to be super gentle with this one, because your hips are still warming up, still getting oiled. And then keep rolling, maybe go both ways. Just introducing that movement to the body, and make sure you observe are things compensating to let you do this? Can you send some grace there, some breath? Get that back to its position. You always want to just let the one body part do the work in yoga. Be mindful of what's compensating. Another good lesson there about our life off the mat is when we're going through things, what else is kind of suffering or trying to, be affected. Going back to three-legged dog, maybe flex the feet, and then gently and mindfully bringing that left foot down. One more breath here, inhale. And then on your exhale, look forward between your palms, bend your knees, and then tippy toe to the front of your mat. And I want you to come into a wide-legged ragdoll. So typically in ragdoll, we have our feet sort of hips width apart. I want you to kind of go a little bit wider. And then as you kind of keep your knees bent a little bit, coming down, just feel the difference there. Maybe you need your blocks still to bring the earth up, but just to change it up a little bit. I'm going to be a little wider than normal. We're going to move into some wide-legged forward folds later, so I'm just getting a little peak. Now for me, as soon as I'm in a little bit of a wider leg, really feel that pull in my hamstrings. So notice what you feel. Maybe you can clasp either elbow, pulling yourself forward, getting that traction in the thoracic and cervical spine. Still being gentle with yourself. Maybe some yeses and nos. Yeses and nos are always good. One more deep breath here in your sort of wider leg forward fold. And then your exhale, release your palms down. You're at the top of your mat. And then I want you to roll all the way up super slowly, as if there's a crazy food reward for the last one up. Maybe you use your fingers to gently graze the front of your body, creating that mindful presence and awareness. And you're slowly coming up. You're still coming up. Still happening. Taking your time. It's all yours to take. And then eventually coming back up, lifting the arms up mindfully above you. Inhale, and then exhale, hands through heart center and down by your side. Beautiful. So now we're going to begin to move the body a little bit more. So let's get started. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Palms flat, stepping back through your plank pose, through our Sun A. So you can drop your knees, pitch forward, squeeze the elbows in, halfway down, keep that back flat and strong, into your cobra, and then curling back over the toes into your downward facing dog. Deep breath in, exhale out, look forward between your palms, bend the knees, hop, step, or float to the front of your mat, land in your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms up, spread your wings. Exhale, bringing your hands through heart center and down by your side. We're going to do one more like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, keep heart center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, maybe you step your left foot back first this time. Left foot back, right foot, plank pose, chaturanga, or moving through your modified chaturanga with your cobra pose. Exhaling back through downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale out. Looking forward between your palms, hop, step, or float to the front of your mat. Land in your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms up. And then exhale, hands through heart center, down by your side. Okay, let's get into the fun stuff. So inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. So Utkatasana, weights in the heels. Should be able to wiggle your toes. Make sure your knee is tracking over that second toe. That's your third toe. Wow, it's definitely Monday. Aiming for that neutrality in the back. So if your back is really arched, drawing your tailbone to the floor, bringing your navel toward your spine. If you're too tucked, you want to kind of think about the reverse. So slightly creating gentle arch in the back. Finding that happy place often takes checking. If you don't have a mirror in front of you, these are your mirror. Drop down another inch. Arms can be up, biceps curling in, pinkies kind of going toward each other, but with soft shoulders, or hands to heart center. One more deep breath here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, palms to the floor, stepping right foot back, left foot back, squeezing in, moving through your Chaturanga Dandasana, or dropping the knees and going to Cobra pose. Downward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, right leg lifts. Hip height, we've been here before. Bringing that knee through, dropping that foot down, closer to the right side. Now, we're moving into Virabhadrasana 1. 45-degree angle with your right foot. Squeeze everything in. So squeeze this in. That is what lifts you up. 3 breaths here. Calm and settle. One more breath. And then on your last exhale, extend your arms out wide, keeping everything else on your legs the same, and then kind of go into like a thumbs down, internally rotating our shoulders, and then clasping your hands behind your lower back. Now, if your palms can stay touching behind your back, that's fantastic. If not, that's okay. If this is really challenging for you, you can work towards clasped elbows. You can also potentially use a strap here, or you can just kind of reach for your shirt. So sometimes just that internal rotation and sort of reaching toward and then grab your shirt is fantastic. Take a deep breath in, and then open the chest up, and then folding forward into your humble warrior. So in our humble warrior, we want our right shoulder to be aiming toward the inside of the right knee, but keeping all the strength in the legs. So if the legs are holding you up, you should feel that buoyancy. Open chest and buoyant. One more breath. And then as if someone grabbed your hands and was pulling you up, coming back through, release the hands back through your warrior 1, and then exhale, hands to heart center, down by your side, popping that left leg into neutrality, right meets left, and then moving through your chaturanga. Meeting me in downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, lift your left leg up, hip height, squeezing knee to nose, kind of have that rounded cat back, dropping the left foot down, moving into Virabhadrasana 1 on the other side. So right foot, 45-degree angle, pressing down through your foundation, all of your toes, all of your foot squeezing in, lifting up. 3 breaths. It's okay if when you get here you go, hey, this feels awful. I'm gonna move my feet around. I'm gonna find what makes sense for me in this space. Move around, do what you need to do. 1 more breath. Exhale, arms out to the side, internally rotate, so kind of the thumbs down, and then clasping behind your back, pulling down past your tailbone if you can. Maybe just grabbing onto your shirt, but getting that internal rotation of the shoulders. Deep breath in, open the chest. Exhale, forward fold into your humble warrior. So that left shoulder is going to meet that left leg, but you don't want to move it out to let the body in. Squeezing everything in. 2 breaths here. Still squeezing. Drawing that left hip back. 1 more breath. And then as if somebody was pulling you up, you're rooting through the earth, lifting up, arms back to Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale. Exhale, palms down. Turning that right hip back to neutrality. Left foot meets right, moving through your chaturanga or your cobra pose and meeting me in downward facing dog. Beautiful. Once you get to downward facing dog, 1 deep breath in. Exhale out. Beautiful. Look forward between your palms, hop, step, or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, wings are wide, arms up. And then exhale, back down. Okay, let's keep adding on. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. So we've been here, for a moment. And as you sink into your chair pose, really start to notice where that back is. Maybe your arms are up here, biceps facing, turning in toward the ears, or you're in heart center. One more breath. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms down, stepping back, moving through your chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana or Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, no break. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, putting the right foot down. Left foot, 45-degree angle, squeeze and lift up. Virabhadrasana 1, inhale. Exhale, arms out, thumbs down, internally rotate, drawing the hands past the tailbone. Inhale, humble warrior, exhale. Lifting back up, inhale, arms up, Virabhadrasana 1. Now, bringing the hands through heart center, heel toe the right foot over a few inches, peel the body open, moving into Virabhadrasana 2. Check to make sure your right heel lines up with the left arch of your foot. One more breath here. Exhale out, leaning forward, moving into your extended side angle. Right forearm, gently left rest here on the right thigh. Inhale, arm up. Exhale. On your next breath cycle, moving into through your warrior 2 and then into reverse warrior. One breath here, soften the shoulders. And then exhale, back down, cartwheel to the floor, moving through your chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana or Cobra. Exhale, back through downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, dropping the left foot down. Right foot, 45-degree angle, squeeze in, lift up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, open up. Exhale, thumbs down. Clasping the hands together, drawing them past the tailbone. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. One breath here, lifting up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, back down. Opening up into your warrior 2. Left foot, heel toe. Peeling the body open. Situating that heel to arch alignment. Virabhadrasana 2, deep breath in. Exhale out. Leaning forward into your extended side angle. Left forearm on the thigh. Right arm reaches up. One breath. Exhale. Coming back up through your Virabhadrasana 2. Moving back into your reverse warrior. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Cartwheel back through. Down to your mat. Moving through your chaturanga or your upward facing dog or cobra variation. And back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Looking forward between your palms. Hop, step, or float to the front of your mat. Land in halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. And then stretching all the way up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Arms down by your side. Okay, so now we've done that once, you know where we're going. So one breath, one movement, your breath, your movement. Here we go. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back, moving through your flow, your version. Finding your way to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Inhale, knee to nose. Same breath, dropping that left foot down, squeezing in, reach up, inhale. Exhale, arms out. Thumbs down, clasping the hands or your shirt. Inhale, chest expansion. Exhale, humble warrior. Someone picks you up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Opening up into warrior 2, leaning forward. Forearm down, side angle. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, cartwheel down, chaturanga, your flow. Find your way back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, left leg up. Hip height, knee to nose. Bringing that left foot down. Squeezing in. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, arms out. Thumbs down, clasping your hands. Open that chest, inhale. Exhale, humble warrior. Someone's pulling you up, it's easy. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down through heart center. Moving your heel toe over. Opening up into warrior 2. Inhale, moving into your side angle. Left forearm, left thigh. Peeling the body open. Beautiful. Exhale, Moving through your reverse warrior. Back down, your breath, your movement. Keep going. Moving through your chaturanga. Finding your way to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Looking forward between your palms. Hop, step, or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down through heart center and down by your side. Beautiful. Let's keep going. Inhale, Utkatasana. One breath, one movement. Exhale, forward fold. Listen, we're going to have a couple changes coming up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back down through your chaturanga. Finding your way to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Lifting that right leg up, hip height. You know where you're going. Inhale, drop that right foot down. Left leg 45 degrees. Inhale up. Exhale, arms out. Inhale, drawing them down. Open the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Someone lifts you up. Inhale, arms up. Hands through heart center. Opening up into your warrior two. Inhale, side angle pose. Exhale, back through warrior two. Legs stay the same, reverse warrior. Here's the change. Straighten that right knee. Coming back, parallel your feet, moving into a forward fold. Inhale, and forward fold. Nice. Really let yourself drop in here. Keep a slight bend in the knees to avoid locking out. Toes can be, feet are parallel. Toes could also be slightly pointed in. Let it go here for a second. One more deep breath. Rooting down through the feet. Maybe hands go on the hips, lengthening and lifting back up. Moving back through your warrior two, whichever way made sense. And then moving cartwheel back down, finding your way to downward facing dog. Knees go down or moving through traditional chaturanga. You choose, stay strong. This is your flow. One breath here. Exhale out. Left leg up, hip height. Bringing the knee to the nose. Dropping the left foot down. Opening up that right foot, 45-degree angle. You know where you're going. Squeeze and lift, inhale. Exhale, arms out to the side. Thumbs down. Drawing them past the tailbone. Inhale, chest open. Exhale, folding forward. Someone picks you up. It's easy. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Opening up, so heel toe that left foot open. Warrior two with our left knee bent. Inhale, stretching forward into our side angle. Peeling that right arm up. Exhale, reverse warrior. Legs stay the same. And then as we come back, straighten that left leg. Pitching the toes in, so feet are parallel or slightly pigeon-toed. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana, our wide-legged forward fold, which we prepared for earlier in the practice. Really let it drop in. Let yourself go. One more deep breath here. If handstand is in your practice and you can move into that from the wide-legged forward fold, I would advise only if you are extremely experienced. You can take that now. For the rest of us, let's go ahead and put a slight bend in our knees, root down through our feet, hands on the hips, lifting up on your inhale, and then returning that left leg into our Vira 2 position, arms extending wide, and then cartwheel down to the floor, moving that left leg back, squeezing the elbows in, Chaturanga Dandasana or Cobra Pose, coming back into downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And then on your exhale, drop your knees and come into a child's pose. Take 3 to 5 breaths here in your child's pose, really bringing everything down, giving yourself an opportunity for a little reset. When you're ready, you feel like that reset button has been pushed, find your way back to downward facing dog. from your downward facing dog, lift your right leg up, hip height, bring it in. This time we're gonna move into crescent lunge. So instead of opening that foot 45 degrees, you're gonna stay on the ball of your foot, coming up, still squeezing everything in, but lifting up into crescent pose. Take a deep breath here. And then on your exhale, you're gonna be moving into eagle. So you're gonna move all of your weight into the right foot and coming up, eagle leg. So left leg crosses over, and then your left arm crosses under. So these are the arms we did at the beginning. Again, you can be here, just the outside of your hands. Now you wanna keep your hips facing forward. So if you do a double twist of your legs as you sink down and everything pulls over, just release that one twist and just try to focus on getting the upper legs. Soften the shoulders, drop down another inch. Feel the burn on that outer right hip. Keep holding here. Now keep your eagle arms. Straighten your right leg, lifting your left knee into the chest, extending that left leg out, sweeping the left leg back. So Vira 3 with eagle arms, 3 breaths here. Just keep pulling that left hip down. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Now carefully bring that left knee back into the chest. And we're going to return to our bound eagle. So replacing that left leg back down. And then we're going to move into some eagle standing crunches. So on your exhale, like we did at the beginning of class, tilting forward, exhale. And then inhale. If you wobble, that's okay. If you fall out, you just come right back. Let's do 1 more like this. Squeezing those outer hips in, and then carefully coming back up. You can always modify by keeping a block under your toe, and then we're going to release the arms out and lift that left leg up and move into tree pose. So tree pose, left sole of the foot is going to come into above or below the knee. Keep your arms extended, move into a tree, heart center, reverse prayer, whatever you are needing right now. Maybe you have so much trust in yourself and you close your eyes. Wherever you are, 1 more deep breath in. Slowly bring that knee back to facing forward, and then bringing that left foot down. And as it comes down, before you shimmy or shake, just notice what it feels like to be back on 2 feet. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms down. Stepping back, move through your version of a chaturanga today. I am super stiff today, so I've been not doing the complete ones, and you know what? That's still perfect. Inhale, exhale, other side, left leg lifts. Inhale, bringing that knee in, dropping it down. Don't rotate the right foot. We're moving into our crescent lunge. So you know where we're going from here. Moving into eagle on the other side. So find yourself in your crescent lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Moving onto eagle legs first. So crossing that right knee over, bending that left knee. Noticing if you do the double twist, double wrap. If your hips get all twisty, just do 1. When the right leg is over, the right arm is under. Drop down another inch, maybe 2. Couple breaths here. Our left leg has a lot of work to do, and it will do it for us. 1 more breath. Exhale. So lifting that, keeping your eagle arms, lifting your right leg up, extending out, and on your exhale, sweeping it back, Vira 3, eagle arms. If this is driving you nuts, you can move into prayer arms, traditional Vira 3, which bringing that right hip down, 2 more breaths. Pressing down through that left leg, keeping a gentle bend in the knee, squeezing that left outer hip in, helps it drop that right hip down. 1 more, and then coming back up, so pitching back up forward, bringing the right knee into the chest, and then now we're going to move into our crunches. So we closing, after we just opened up, reclosing, right over left. If you fall out, you come right back. On an exhale, tilting forward, standing eagle crunch. Let's do 3 more. I'm doing it right here with you. I'm wobbling and flailing and falling and succeeding and trying right here with you. Two more. You got this. Last one. And as you come up, bring the knee with you. Get strong and steady. And then we're going to open up the arms and then moving into tree. And you can assist. Right sole of the foot above or below the knee, keeping the arms out, feeling really open. We were so bound and closed, and now we're open. Big, strong trees blowing in the breeze. Don't worry, I won't write a poem. Maybe your hands are in heart center. Squeezing that outer hip in. Feeling the strength of your body, of your trunk. One more breath. Beautiful. Bringing your arms back down to heart center if you were in an open tree branch pose. And then releasing that leg, but bringing it back forward. So knees coming up toward the chest. Carefully, slowly, mindfully, bringing it back down and notice what it feels like to be back on 2 feet. Beautiful, guys. 2 feet. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Use this to flow it all out. This is your last official chaturanga, so make it count. Maybe some push-ups. Challenge yourself. Back through your downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward between your palms. Hop, step, or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. From here, we're moving into yogi squat. So dropping down into your yogi squat, opening up the legs, finding a way to find a rest here. This is a great place to use your block. Really nice way to get openness and expansion in the legs and chest and not sacrifice that by wherever your feet are kind of forcing you to go. So take a few more deep breaths here. Crow poses in your practice. Feel free to throw 1 or 2 in here now. Or you can just hang out here with me in our yogi squat. I find that so many of the poses today, I wanted to close my eyes. Heard something the other day that talked about how yoga, instead of a workout, it's like a work in. And I always just want to close my eyes. I think that's good. I think it's really good when we can trust ourselves and trust our body and our body in space. And really just tune in. One more deep breath wherever you are. My crows, come back to yogi squat with us. And then we're all going to gently move onto our seats and into Navasana boat pose. So locating the sits bones, keeping that chest open. Maybe the legs are straight, maybe they're bent. Wherever you are, you just want to have that open chest and nice long back. Take a deep breath here. And then on your exhale, you're going to slowly lower into low boat, and then we're going to go down onto the floor. So carefully, just millimeter by millimeter, use that core. Coming back down, totally shaking. Coming back down. 3, 2, drop down to your back. Beautiful. Notice what it feels like. We're balanced on our sits bones, and now we have 90% of our body touching the floor. When you're ready, we're going to do figure 4 in the back. So you can bring your right leg into the chest, and then crossing that over, lifting your left leg up behind it, threading the needle. Hands are interlaced behind your left thigh, and then gently bring that left leg in. Keep the small of your back on the floor. So if that's coming up, just pull back a little bit. Use your arms. You can have a little lever here with this right forearm pressing against the inside of your right thigh. Just feel that stretch. Keep that right foot flexed, left foot flexed. Keep that energy. There can still be energy even though we're on wind down mode. Just as we're telling that energy, kind of tuning it in a little bit of a different way. Kind of shows us that there can still be such a strength in being calm and still. And when you're ready, releasing that left leg down, carefully uncrossing your right leg. Maybe bringing both legs down for just a moment, just to feel that difference. And then when you're ready, lift the left leg up. Bring that in, squeeze it with love, cross it over the right, bring that right leg up. Thread the needle, hands clasped behind the right thigh, pressing the left forearm against the inner left thigh, drawing the right knee in, softening the back, lengthening the neck, feeling the energy in those legs, and then just let it go. And when you're ready, release that right leg down. Uncurl gently that left leg, release that back down. Beautiful. We're going to do a spinal twist now. So bringing the right knee in. You can also do two legs here if you are comfortable with that. Let's do two legs actually together today. So you can still have your props and blocks handy. So bringing both knees into the chest and then gently moving them over to the left side while you're crossing the right side of your body up and open. Kind of the opposite of what it felt like to do our bound eagle. Maybe two legs you notice today is easier than when we do spinal twist with one. Maybe it's not. When you're ready, carefully bring both legs back into the center. We always want to be super mindful of our transitions. And then moving to the other side, gently bringing your right legs over. And bringing mine right over into the couch. So I'm going to move over a little bit. And you might have to do the same. You might have to sort of move your hips to the left to give your body space. So not only are we making our bodies work in the space that we have, we give our bodies space. And that's what really yoga is about creating space, moving with the breath in the body, creating space between us and sort of the flood of emotions and sensations that we deal with. That's not really who we are. That's not what we are. And those are parts of us, but they are not who we are, essentially. And then on your next breath, bringing both knees into the chest, giving them a squeeze. And then I want you guys to try something. So we've been working on open and close throughout the practice. So I want you to this is kind of a modern dance reference here, but I want you to kind of keep your knees in, turn into a little tiny ball, and then I want you to stretch into a big sort of star pose on the ground where you're really off the mat, completely off the grid. And then I want you to bring everything in. So use your core, bring everything in. Tiny little seed. We're in the middle of our mat. We're taking up the smallest amount of space that we can. And then off the grid. Kind of like you're making a snow angel, like a yoga angel. Let's do one more. Bringing everything in. Exhaling out. Beautiful. And then your next one, I want you to move through happy baby or waterfall pose, something that's got sort of your legs up. So waterfall, kind of like legs up the wall, but with no wall. Or maybe you move into happy baby using yogi toe grip, or grabbing the outside of your ankles or calves and sort of allowing your back. It's a movement if you want to, or be in stillness if you want to. This is your space to be you. When you're ready, again, curling into that little tiny seed. And then exhaling back into our traditional Shavasana. but letting it all go and feeling the release that we felt when we made our yoga angels. The playful safety of that surrender. Just drink that in as you close your eyes. And as you soak in all the benefits of your practice today. And I'll let you take some breaths here. And then I will let you know when it's time to come back into the room. Take a really deep breath. Bring a little movement into the fingers and toes. Allow that movement to ripple in. Bringing movement into the hands and feet. And then eventually to your core. Gently and lovingly bring the knees into your chest. And find your way onto your side, whatever side is calling you today. Maybe use your hands as a pillow in this fetal position. And I want you to take the deepest breath you've taken all practice. And using your top hand, push yourself back up to a seated position. Try to keep your eyes closed if you can. Coming into whatever is most comfortable for you. And I want you to take a moment before we close our practice today to honor yourself. Thank yourself. Say something truly kind to yourself. Thank you, friends. It has been an honor to lead you this evening. I'm so grateful to be a part of your day. Lift your arms up, inhale. Exhale your hands through heart center. The light in me sees and honors the light in every single one of you. Lift your thumbs to your third eye center. And exhale, bow namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. I hope to see you very soon. Have a great day.